Hey guys, welcome to Pheas Airsoft, where today we're going to look at thundersnap grades, Airsoft Innovations Atom versus the Airtac Tsg Mini. So a quick note on safety: if I'm unboxing, shooting down range, doing disassemblies, I always make sure I'm nice and safe. So I've always got eye protection on just in case something happens. Make sure mags are out and empty, and obviously unless I'm doing the shooting. Obviously that's using chrono, and make sure that there's no ammunition left in anything as well. So make sure you're doing the same. Hi guys, and welcome back. If you do enjoy this content today, please do like and subscribe because you'll be really helping me out. So today I've got two products that are built, designed, made for using in conjunction with these little thundersnaps that have sort of come about recently. Now, I had not really heard of these before till just browsing various sites, and I saw the Airsoft Innovations Tectonics Atom grenade for thundersnaps, and I was like, not sure what those are. So a lot of you as a kid, I know I did as a kid, probably called devil bangers or something like that, or snaps, and they were little white sort of paper balls that had some like crystals in them. You threw them hard against the floor and they made a little bang. Well, these are kind of like the big grown-up adult version of them. They're called thundersnaps. So we sourced these from somebody whose contact details we got from the Airtac website, and it cost us £35, I believe, delivered in the UK for 15 boxes. No, that's wrong. I think it's 30 boxes of 15 each. So it works out about 8 pence or 8p per thundersnap. Now, some sites don't seem to like people using them on their own for obvious reasons. It's obviously sort of not quite in keeping with the theme of airsoft in general. So some sites have come up with products to help you use them and obviously to make them a little bit more authentic. So we'll start with the Airsoft Innovations one. So these are aluminium, CNC'd. This one is a little bit scratched up because I've been out and filmed it, which will show you the footage in a minute. This one in particular has been used. Now, I'll show you the orange one to start with. I got it in two different colours. And these are approximately $13.99 each. I will put a link down below to where I got these from. I forgot the specific retailer's name. So we've got just a hollowed out tube. Obviously it's clean and tied in there with an exit point at the bottom, and it just screws in on the top there. What I found with these ones is, I will just get one of these out. I found that the depth of the milling in there wasn't sort of deep enough to put the lid back in all the way. Watch this one be different. Oh no, this one does. This one fits all the way in. For some reason I was finding with the blue one that it may just have been the threads that look, you can see, look, that one's not quite as deep as if I show you that compared together. I'll put that into there. It obviously sits a little bit deeper into the orange one, and the threads seem to go down further. So I was finding that with the blue one in particular, but it's obviously not the same for both, that I could only screw that in so far there, and it's stopped. It's pushed up against the thundersnap itself, which is not, it doesn't stop it working or anything. It's just obviously something to be aware of. So they're obviously quite hard wearing. They will scratch and chip up, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's quite nice when you've got a sort of battle-worn gear. But they're quite cool. They're very, very light. They're sort of, both products are more or less in the shape and size of a airsoft shotgun shell. So obviously they're ideal to get like a shotgun shell holster, and you can stack these up. Now, $13.99, it's a little bit pricey, and sort of just after we bought these, I have seen them on sale for sort of just over £8.50, I believe, on one retailer as a Christmas sale. But it's the usual typical price is about $13.99. Now, obviously, we've then got, by comparison, the Airtac Tsg Mini. So same concept, but entirely 3D printed. And they do them in a variety of colours. I'll show you, I've got a few more. Got a variety of different colours. So they sell these individually at £6 each. So you buy one of these and you can choose the colour for the bottom and the top. So you can create your own custom combinations. Or they do an offer which is 4 random assorted ones for for £20. So we went with the random assortment. So I got a couple of the almost Iron Man-esque gold and red bottoms and things, and all sorts of different options in there. These two, same as the blue Atom, have been used, and I've been out and filmed these, so they're a little bit mucky. Again, similar to the blue, there's no real residue left over in there. They're definitely not producing enough pressure when they're going off, the thundersnaps, to cause any damage at all, other than just a little bit of sort of powder left over in afterwards. So I would be highly sort of sure that these are not going to pop and break with these thundersnaps going off at any point. And I've probably thrown close to about 30 through these, probably 15 in one, 15 in the other, and they're still looking, other than being a little bit dirty, they're still looking in you know, good, really good condition. Obviously this one's a little bit more scratched up, but internally, this is obviously aluminium that's been anodized. Obviously internally it's fine, a little bit dirty, but absolutely fine and still fully functioning. So similar products, you know, a big gap in price. For sort of a little bit more than the cost of one of these, I can end up with 4 of these. So it's just sort of what you're going to fancy using, I suppose. Now, in testing, it does say on most product pages for both products that you need a hard surface. And what we'll do is I'll cut to showing you the Woodland footage first. It's too soft. Woo! Nope. Wow. So as you can see from the Woodland footage, it was obviously it requires a hard surface to go off, and I just wanted to sort of demonstrate that it does require that hard surface, and you know, using that tree, even getting it against that tree, was hard work to get it to go off. And we found that we had to get it sort of on the end, hitting it sort of directly on to get it to go off, and hitting it sideways generally just didn't work. So in Woodlands, unless it's got some really hard ground surface, you know, particularly in the middle of summer when it's sort of baked hard from high heat, you might be usable then. They are that light that you might even be able to get away with a good underarm throw to get some height on them, and maybe that should cause them to trigger when they land. We then took it and tried it out on a more authentic surface, so it's more intended for urban site use, you know, in buildings, in rooms, clearing rooms and things like that. So I'll cut to showing you that bit now. That works. That works. Not so much. Try again. So as you can see, it went off a lot better. Occasionally, we'd just sort of fluff it and it'd just land on its side and wouldn't go off. But generally speaking, particularly with the Airtac, we found that they were easier to set off than throwing the Atom. The Atom was a little bit more tricky to get that right, and it tended to need to go onto the end, one end or the other to go off. Now, in terms of volume, we found that the Atom muffled the sound a little bit, and that the Airtac was probably a little bit louder or closer to the full noise of what the thundersnaps are. So I'll just show you what a thundersnap in one of these sounds like compared to a 9mm in a BFG. like that. BFG. So you can see there's not an awful lot of difference in sound, and the thundersnaps on their own are actually pretty much in line with a 9mm. So you're getting a nice loud crack out of that. So it's quite an authentic sound. So for me, I'm thinking, when I play at Humber Airsoft, provided that they're happy with it, these sort of things, having half a dozen of these, posting them through some of the windows, posting them over the HESCO bags and things to clear out areas is going to make it really quick and easy. And the fact that it's just screw off, you drop in another thundersnap, screw it back on, and you can throw it again. And you're literally talking about 8p per thundersnap, depending on where you're getting them from. They can be a little bit higher pricing per thundersnap, but it's really, really cheap to be using these sort of things. So this is something I'm actually quite looking forward to getting into using in various sites, just to help me clear rooms and things like that. So I hope you guys will look into this as well, particularly if you play a lot of urban. This can be a really cheap way to sort of getting into using grenades. I'm still definitely going to keep my my Dynatec BFG with 9mm blanks, just because in Woodland and in certain situations, having that timer, knowing that it will definitely go off and you're not relying on that impact to trigger it, that is brilliant, and it's an essential feature. But overall, I'm going to say I'm actually more impressed with the Airtac than I am with the Atoms, purely just because the price point's a little bit better, and I found it easier to get those to trigger than I did to get the Atoms to trigger when I was throwing them about. So I hope that's been useful. Check out my video tomorrow, where I'm going to launch these as the prize for my 5k giveaway. So check back tomorrow for that video going live. Hope that's been helpful to you. I'll see you next time. Bye.